Welcome to Vskills YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn about the top interview questions for usability testing. So, let's get started. Question number 1. What do you mean by usability testing? The answer is: usability testing is a term used to describe the process of evaluating the usability of the software. Usability testing is a testing approach in which the client is asked to evaluate the software's usability. It can be done by giving the consumer a software prototype and asking them to test its various features and functionality. If it's a login module, for example, the user will look to see if a forgot password link is present. Question number 2. What are the usability requirements? The answer is: the usability requirements refer to the defined requirements for usability by the end user. The usability requirements is specified in various formats like a specific sheet, wireframe, UI design and more. The usability requirements are essential to develop and test the software application for usability. Question number 3. What's the difference between the terms build and release? The answer is: a software build is an executable file that the development team hands over to the tester. The tester can use this executable file to test the application's implemented functionality for any bugs or fixes. The testing team may reject a software build if it fails to pass a crucial checklist that covers the majority of the application's functionality. When it comes to software release, the stage when the software program is no longer in the testing phase is referred to as the release cycle. There can be multiple builds for a software release. The software release occurs when the application is given over to the user following the completion of development and testing. Question number 4. What is data-driven testing, and how does it work? Is it also connected to usability testing? The answer is: data-driven testing is when a set of test cases is run regularly, such as on an XML file, SQL database, or CSV file. To check the result, the output or actual values are compared to the expected ones. Yes, it is connected to usability testing because we need to deal with data in usability testing to evaluate website behavior, brand perception, validate data, and so on. Question number 5. What is automation testing and how does it work? Is it possible to automate usability testing? The answer is: automation testing is defined as the use of automated technologies to perform a test case suite in order to expand test coverage and speed up test execution. Automation testing does not require human participation because pre-scripted test cases are utilized to compare the results of prior test cases. Yes, we can automate usability testing by using test cases that can be conducted repeatedly to assess product behavior. Question number 6. What do you mean by stress testing? The answer is: it is a type of performance testing in which the application is put to the test for stress or execution, which means that it is put to the test above the breakpoint and the point at which the application breaks is determined. It can occur when there is a large amount of data and a large number of users. When the load is reduced during the stress test, the application recovery time is also determined. Question number 7. What is load testing? The answer is: load testing is a type of performance testing in which the application is run at various degrees of load and the program's peak performance, as well as server throughput, response time, and other metrics, are tracked on the server. This testing determines the application integrity, performance, and process stability under concurrent system load. Question number 8. What is the volume testing procedure? The answer is: volume testing is a type of performance testing that determines server throughput and response time when multiple users are present and the database data load is considerable, and the application is put to the test. Question number 9. For website owners, what are the advantages of usability testing? The answer is: it is critical for websites since it verifies the entire behavior and validates the input and output. It will determine whether the home page is performing as expected. If something is lacking, the website developers are notified right away. Question number 10. What is formal usability? The answer is: formal usability is a type of usability testing that has defined instructions to be followed for testing. Formal usability is needed for complicated software which needs to be tested for detection and removal of usability defects. Question number 11. What are the 4 types of usability testing? The answer is: the 4 types of usability testing are: first, explorative usability testing; second, comparative usability testing; third, assessment usability testing; fourth, validation usability testing. Question number 12. What do you mean by functional testing? The answer is: black box testing is a type of functional testing. It focuses on the software's functional requirements rather than its internal implementation, as the name implies. A functional requirement refers to the system's needed behavior in terms of input and output. It checks the software against the functional requirements or specifications, ignoring non-functional characteristics like performance, usability, and dependability. Question number 13. What do you mean by bug report? The answer is: during testing, a tester keeps track of their discoveries, observations, and other information that can be beneficial to the developers or management. All of this information is part of a test record, often known as a bug report. Question number 14. What does manual testing entail? The answer is: a tester manually verifies the software's functionality through manual testing. The tester has a detailed list of all the test cases that need to be run, as well as the test data. They go over each case individually. They run the software as if it were for a regular user, enter the data, then carefully check the results. Question number 15. What is a software bug? The answer is: a software bug is a flaw in the software that causes it to provide incorrect results. A software tester examines the software for flaws. Bugs can be caused by a variety of factors, including poor design, careless programming, a lack of version control, or misunderstanding. Hundreds of thousands of bugs are introduced into the system by developers throughout the development process. The tester's mission is to find those flaws. Question number 16. What do you mean by the test environment? The answer is: a test environment is a server or a computer that a tester uses to execute their tests. It differs from a development machine in that it attempts to simulate the actual hardware on which the software will run after it is deployed. The tester refreshes the test environment with the newest version and runs the regression test suite whenever a new build of the product is released. The tester then moves on to testing additional features after it passes. Question number 17. What do you mean by a user story? The answer is: every piece of software has a certain user in mind. A user story highlights the motives of the user and what they hope to achieve by utilizing the software. Finally, it demonstrates how the user interacts with the application. It ignores the finer points of design and implementation. Instead of focusing on the particular inputs and desired outputs, a user story seeks to focus on the value offered to the end user. The tester constructs user personas with actual names and attributes in order to replicate a real-life interaction with the software in a user story. A user story can often assist uncover hidden issues that aren't highlighted by more rigorous testing methods. Question number 18. What do you mean by the term testbed? The answer is: the term testbed refers to a digital platform that is used to test applications. An operating system, hardware, network configuration, database, software program under test, and all other software-related issues are included. Question number 19. What is a test plan? The answer is: a test plan is essentially a live document that the testing manager monitors and controls. A well-written test plan document that outlines software testing scope and activities is critical to the success of a testing project. It basically acts as a template for the entire test process, laying out the what, when, how, and more. Question number 20. What exactly do you mean when you say test case? The answer is: a test case is a document that contains a set of test data, as well as preconditions, expected outcomes, and post-conditions. This document was created specifically for a specific test scenario to determine whether or not the software solution fits the requirements. Test cases are manually executed by a tester without the use of any automated tools in manual testing. While creating test cases, it is simple to spot flaws in the specs. Question number 21. What do you mean by STLC? The answer is: the Software Testing Lifecycle, STLC, is a critical component of the Software Development Lifecycle, STLC, and it is used to test software and guarantee that quality standards are met. In most cases, it includes both verification and validation activities. Throughout the software testing process, many actions are carried out in a precise order. Question number 22. What do you mean by test deliverables? The answer is: test deliverables, also known as test artifacts, are a catalog of all the documents, tools, and other components distributed to software project stakeholders within the STLC. In order to support the test deliverables are maintained and developed. Question number 23. What do you understand by use case testing? The answer is: use case testing is a technique that assists developers and testers in identifying test cases that exercise the entire system on a transaction-by-transaction basis from beginning to end. It's a type of black box testing that's commonly used in the development of tests or systems to determine acceptable levels. Question number 24. What do you understand by test matrix and traceability matrix? The answer is: a test matrix is used to capture the actual quality, the effort, the plan, resources and time required to complete all phases of software testing. A traceability matrix is a document that details the technical requirements for a given test scenario and its current state. It helps the testing team understand the level of testing that is done for a given product. Question number 25. What guidelines must be kept in mind when testing usability? The answer is: guidelines that must be kept in mind when testing usability are: first, the determination of test goals should involve all stakeholders. Second, proper documentation of all steps should be done. Third, scenarios to be tested should have specific relevance. Fourth, test cases should be executed as per priority. Fifth, do not influence or assist users during testing. Sixth, feedback should be recorded with a neutral stance. Seventh, bias should be avoided. Question number 26. Why is usability testing important? The answer is: usability testing is important as it can spot issues in the usability of the software application. It makes the software application more effective and efficient in usage. It is easy to learn for existing and new users. It garners quick adaptation by the end user. Question number 27. How do you perform usability testing? The answer is: steps to perform usability testing are: firstly, outline usability testing objectives. Secondly, prioritize aspects of usability testing to test or focus on. Then, develop usability test cases. After that, recruit candidates as end users as per laid down criteria for usability testing. Next, execute test cases by noting, recording and documenting relevant information. Lastly, analyze the test results. Question number 28. What is black box testing, with example? The answer is: black box testing is a type of software testing that focuses on input and output from the software application, under test without considerations of how the output was generated. Black box testing example is functional testing of the software application, which checks for the proper working of the functionality of software application without considering how the function is done. Question number 29. What is sanity and smoke testing? The answer is: sanity and smoke testing are types of software testing that are applied on software build but at different stages. Sanity testing is done at a later stage of software development, when the software build is stable, and checks software for new features being added, and bugs have been resolved. Smoke testing is done in earlier stages of software development, when the software build has many errors, to detect the correct working of crucial functionality. Question number 30. What is alpha and beta testing? The answer is: alpha testing is a type of software testing performed to identify bugs before releasing the product to real users or the public. And beta testing is performed by real users of the software application in a real environment. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.